Welcome everybody to Thursday's MUTV Group Chat. Thanks for taking the time to join us. Again, the lads have gathered once more as well. Wes Brand, Danny Webber, Ben Thornley, David May. Ben, where's the blue sky gone, mate? Where has it gone? This is it. Every time, last couple of months, you've been doing this show, blue skies. Where's it gone?
All gone now, mate. Said it was disappearing. I've got to come inside.
Shame. Everyone else all right? All good form?
Good, Stu, mate.
All good.
Well, listen, we've got a busy show today. We've got a couple of guests. I'll just get through a couple of your emails first of all. This one from Matty. Hi, Stu, Wes, Danny, Ben, Maisie. Loving the group chats. They're making me laugh through these difficult times, especially Maisie. Love him. He's so funny. Keep up the group chats, says Matty. So there you go, Maisie. There's somebody. You appeal to somebody. Mark says, firstly, Stu, how's the foot? Thanks for remembering that, mate. I broke my toe. I remember playing football in the back garden. Don't do it. It's stupid. Just think you can now relax on the sofa and take it easy, if only. This one, I feel like I've spent lockdown with Maisie. What with this show and those fantastic podcasts, they really have been top class. Everett and Sharpie were the best. Say hello to my brother, Danny Webber, as he called me, says Mark Wiles. Does that ring a bell? Dan, Mark Wiles?
That was Mark. He rang up or sent a message in a while ago when it was Mark, wasn't it? Yeah, and I said, it was my brother having a laugh. So that's the same guy.
Got it. Right. Okay. And this one says, hi from New Zealand, Ben. Just to Ben, even though it's come to our email. Hi from New Zealand, Ben. Loving the show and the lads' banter. We're slowly moving out of our COVID-19 lockdown here in New Zealand. Hoping the show continues. Looking forward to watching Paul Scholes on the show. That's on Friday, so make sure you tune in for that. Regards to the lads from a Manchester United supporter of 67 years there in New Zealand. MUTV at manunited.co.uk. That, if you want to get in touch with us. And a bit of a random one. Obviously, we were talking about a forfeit for Maisie for missing the show we did with Odi Nagalo and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And this is a random one, which I think you lads might have seen as well. This one is, we want Maisie to perform eating a corn on the cob mounted on a drill. And he did send us a link to the YouTube video, which you might get a look at now. So Maisie eating a corn on the cob mounted on a drill. And the requirement to pass this test is Maisie needs to complete his task with a mouthful of corn in his mouth and to send me a signed photo of him completing the task. I don't think you're doing it, mate, are you? Let's be honest.
Absolutely not, Stu. I've seen other people do it, and then they start smiling, and half the railings are missing. Not a chance. Absolutely not a chance.
So
too old.
Keep
them
coming in.
Bubble.
Yeah, well, no, keep them coming in. MUTV at manunited.co.uk for a forfeit for Maisie. So we've got two guests today. Later on, singer, songwriter, United fan, Tom Grennan's with us. But first of all, we're off to LA, an actor with an unbelievable CV that's got Lost on it and Lord of the Rings and Wolverine. And most importantly, the most recent Star Wars film as well. Is a friend of MUTV, Dominic Monaghan. How are you, mate? It's great to see you.
How's it going, Stu?
Yeah, we're good, mate. We're good. How have you been coping the last, couple of months, 3 months? How's it been for you?
Yeah, it's been all right. I mean, I'm sick and tired of hearing privileged people complain about these type of situations, you know. So, I mean, I'm lucky. I don't necessarily need to be running out to get a job. I have a nice enough house where I can spend my time in my garden with my animals.
You know, when we stopped playing, it was going well, wasn't it, for United, when we had to stop?
Yeah, it was. We kind of rode out that storm, you know. My dad's a City fan, so I get it in the net. You know, all the time, me and my brother get in the net, and that's fine. I love the banter, and it's great to have someone to talk to about it. But, you know, United are one of the biggest teams in the world. You can put Real Madrid and maybe Barcelona in that conversation. Man City are not in that conversation. We are one of the biggest clubs in the world. Fair enough, recently we might not have won and been in the competitions that we want to be. But in terms of a branded name and a football name, I mean, I've been lucky enough to travel the world, and one of the things that I'm fully aware of is if you find yourself in a country where they don't speak the language, wear your Manchester United shirt, because they're all going to start talking to you, because they all know that brand, you know. So we've rode that storm with the media of losing the most successful football manager in the world, and you know, the media now out for blood a little bit, and we jump around a few different managers, and now we've got Ollie, who clearly has had enough conversations with Sir Alex to say, how did you do it? Like you came in when, you know, you brought Manchester United up to the level that it's at now. How did you do it? And I think Sir Alex has probably said to him, look, these are my trade secrets. This is what I did. I went to the academy. I went to the youngsters. I went to the locals. I brought in some players here and there that you needed. I found my Cantona. I found my Roy Keane. I found my Andy Cole and Dwight York. And we're doing that now. It seems to be an amazing moment with Bruno Fernandes when he came in, just injecting that confidence and injecting that panache. Obviously, we know we can get it from Paul Pogba when he's not injured and when he's in the right headspace. And, you know, a player like Marcus Rashford, who's just absolutely brimming with talent. I mean, the last few times I've been lucky enough to be invited to training sessions in LA or down at Carrington, to watch the speed of Marcus Rashford from close up is just extraordinary, man. I mean, I've seen some athletes in my time. I've been lucky to watch NBA players, you know, close up. But a couple of the kit men, actually, when I was in LA, the United players were doing a kind of snaky run through some cones and then a dash and get the ball and you know, kind of have a shot on goal. And Marcus was up in a few goes, and one of them nudged me and said, just have a look at Marcus now, just watch him. Couldn't believe it. He's like he's on fast forward or something. Incredible. And that must be absolutely terrifying for defenders when he hits full speed. You got to foul him. There's nothing you can do, you know.
Dan, Ben?
Yeah, who do you think, Dom? You know, you've seen a lot of United. Who would give United a little bit of an extra push? You know, if you're going to sign anybody, who would you look at right now?
Yeah, I know there's been some talk of like James Maddison or Jack Grealish. I mean, I know Jack Grealish has had a few little naughty moments recently, and he seems to be someone that's obviously had to mature kind of in the media, and that's not easy for anyone to do. I kind of like the look of Jack Grealish, you know, English lad. We've obviously made it quite clear and a little bit of our branding that, you know, we like to bring in English people and bring up young English talent, get them while they're young and kind of push them through Manchester United, like Harry Maguire. He's tough. He's you know, he's obviously well built. He's strong. He's intelligent. He looks great. There's a lot of talk about Sancho. I mean, that would be a real get. But I think obviously all over Europe, you know, everyone knows about Jadon Sancho, and he's obviously covered himself in glory where he is now. He'd be brilliant because obviously he's a great talent. Someone who could match up with Marcus Rashford because they know each other. And then another big reach potentially, but you might be able to kind of have him think again about what team he's at, is potentially Harry Kane, because again he's someone who knows Marcus Rashford well, has linked up with him well at England. I think Harry Kane would look brilliant in a United shirt. He's just got that kind of vibe about him, you know, like an old-fashioned kind of Roy of the Rovers, hotshot Hamish kind of striker, no nonsense, gets the ball. He's always going to put shots on target. He's tough. He's had a couple of injuries recently, but generally he's all right for injuries. He's always going to give it 100%. I'd love to see Harry Kane in the United shirt. I think it's brilliant.
Go on, Ben.
Hi, Dom. Who did you,
Hi, Ben.
when you first started watching Manchester United, mate, who did you really look forward to seeing in a red shirt, game in, game out?
I think my kind of big heroes when I was a kid, showing my age here a little, was probably Brian Robson was the big one, just because he's a little bit like everything in the toolbox, Brian Robson. You know, he could score, he could win games for you on his own. He was tough, he could put in a hell of a tackle. He's always leaving it out there on the pitch. He could shoot. He would track back. You know, that Captain Fantastic thing. I don't think I'd ever seen anything like that before. So Brian Robson maybe. And then as I got a little bit older, only like, you know, a couple of years after that, probably Mark Hughes was standout. Like I said, my best mate growing up played a little bit of football, played for Crewe, was down at England, obviously spent a little bit of time getting to know some of the United footballers, and he just used to rave about Mark Hughes, not only his ability on the field, but seeing him in person, he would just say like the size of the man, the size of his thighs, and the grip in his handshake was so impressive. So those guys, and then my favourite United player of all time is Ryan Giggs. You know, obviously the age that I'm at, and it's slightly forgotten now. Obviously, you guys all remember it, but Giggsy kind of paved the way for Bex in a lot of ways. You know, he was one of the. I mean, you have George Best, but outside of that, in the modern era, Giggsy was a little bit of, you know, a dreamboat. I remember seeing like Ryan Giggs calendars, and my girl cousins used to go crazy about Giggsy, you know, and all these rumours about what clubs Giggs used to go to in Stockport, or him going out in Manchester and all that kind of stuff. So him and Sharpie were kind of a big deal when I was like 16, 17, big heroes, you know. And then obviously it seemed that Giggsy, I don't know. It's obviously something that he would have to answer. It seemed like he had a taste of it and thought, well, actually, I'm more interested in being a footballer. That's fine. I've had a little fun being a star and everything, but I'm interested in being a footballer. And I think Bex was able to do both. He was like, yeah, I'm a talented footballer, but I'm going to turn my name into a little bit of a brand. And I think Giggsy must have had that opportunity because he did that Ryan Giggs soccer school. I don't know if you remember that slightly cheesy thing that he did, but it was brilliant. And he was selling corn at one point. I don't know if you guys remember that. He was selling those corn burgers and stuff. But yeah, Giggsy's my favourite. He's my all-time favourite United player, and that's including, you know, anyone that you can think of. I just think like just watching Giggsy at full flight. I mean, you guys had the privilege to play for it with him, but watching him at full flight, just, you know, giving defenders twisted blood, as Alex Ferguson used to say, just brilliant.
Dom, time's against us. Before we just move on, bring in Tom, I've got to ask, just because I'm quite sad about this, what was it like going to work with Chewbacca, C-3PO, R2-D2 every day? That's an absolute dream of dreams. Come on.
Mate, this is a Star Wars tattoo. This is
come on.
This is a quote from Yoda. It says, "Luminous beings are we, not this crude matter." It's from Empire Strikes Back. I've had that for about 12 years or so. So I've been friends with JJ for a long time. And when he did the first film, I gave him a mad headache, just saying, "Oh, come on, JJ, just let me be a stormtrooper in the background, or just let me be like polishing R2-D2's dome or something." He's like, "Oh, leave it."
Steady on that.
And then when the third film came along, it was the World Cup was happening, and we were playing Colombia. England was playing Colombia. I'm sure you guys remember. It's the first time that England had ever won a penalty shootout. So JJ and I have a pretty, you know, good, fun, bantery relationship. And JJ called me up just as the game was starting, and he said, "Are you watching the England-Colombia game?" And I said, "Yeah, of course I'm watching the England-Colombia game." He said, "If England win, you're in Star Wars. If you lose, I'm going to give the part to someone else." So I'm like, "Oh man, you." So, and it goes to a penalty shootout. So I'm obviously thinking, "Oh, we're done here. Like, this is it. I'm not going to get it." Obviously, we won. So I spoke to JJ. He said, "Yeah, I'll be in touch in a couple of weeks." And it was minor. I mean, the interesting thing is, like, after that, I went to Borneo and I did a film. I was kind of the second lead. I was there for like 3.5 months, which is about average, maybe a little bit longer than you would for a normal second lead. 3.5 months. When I did Star Wars, I was in London for 3.5 months, and I'm in that film for probably 4 minutes. Whereas the film that I did in Borneo, I'll be in for like, you know, 1 hour and 40 minutes. So the amount of stuff that they shot and they cut out the way. But in answer to your question, Stu, I had 2 moments with both of those characters. The guy who played Chewbacca is called Jonas. He's from Norway, 6'7" guy, lovely guy. And I said to him, we did a scene. And I said to him, "Hey, Jonas, when we finish this scene, can you do me a favor? Can you just keep," they call it the helmet, the thing that he wears. I said, "Can you just keep the helmet on? And I'll come over and give you a hug." And he was like, yeah, of course, I get it. So they cut, and I went over and I hugged him. And not only did I hug him, but when I hugged him, he went, It's so cute. And then probably the most profound moment for me, because as a Star Wars fan, it's such a big deal, and, you know, it's the reason why I became an actor. It's not my favourite movie, but it's certainly the reason I became an actor. Did a scene that R2-D2 is in, and obviously that's the kind of static droid. And then we moved over to a different part of the set. So they all said, "Okay, let's go over here. We'll all meet over here in 15 minutes. And the entire crew left. There's about 200. They all left. And I was stood on my own, kind of dawdling on purpose. And it was me and R2-D2 on my own. I just went over, just put my hand on top of him. And just had a little silent moment with this droid that was an inanimate object. And I just kind of said, "Thank you for, you know, my childhood and everything that you gave me," type stuff. And walked up. And in my head, he kind of went,
But he didn't. Well,
I would have done the same, Dom.
Yeah,
I'd have done
absolutely,
the same,
mate.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Listen, mate, thank you so much for joining us, mate. Keep looking after yourself, won't you? It's great to see you.
Will do. It's lovely to
Top
see all
man.
you guys.
Cheers,
Okay,
Dom.
I'll see you at Old Trafford soon.
Take care, mate.
See you later.
See ya.
Cheers, mate. Dominic Monaghan, brilliant actor, joining us. Very jealous of him after being in Star Wars. Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars film, but that's another debate for another time. Anyway, let's bring in our second guest. Another United fan, obviously, singer, songwriter Tom Grennan joins us. How you doing, mate? He's been patiently waiting. How are you? All right.
I'm really good, man. I'm just sitting in my car because my signal in my house is really bad, so I'm sitting in my car. But it's good to be here, man. How are you?
Yeah, we're good, mate. We're good. How has lockdown been for you? We've got to ask everybody that. How is it? I know it's easing a bit now, but how's it been for you?
Yeah, do you know what? I moved back with my mum and dad and my brother, so I had to kind of learn how to like live with them again. But it was nice to like rekindle kind of. I moved out when I was 18, yeah. So like, and now I'm 24. So to adjust to living back with my parents was mad. But to be honest, it's been really nice to like reflect and I've done a lot of learning. I've done a lot of reading. I'm trying to teach myself how to play piano. I've taught myself how to like record my own vocals. So to be honest, it's been really productive.
I saw on social media you played in a FIFA tournament against Alexander Arnold,
Yeah.
the enemy. What's all that about?
Mate, fuming. And I still get stick online about it now. Basically, I've got Man United. I was honoured to be asked to represent them, and I lost 5-1. But the thing is, I had him in the first half. Hit the post, hit the bar. His keeper had a good day, and in the second half, he just put that football head on me. He used his like footballer like brains and his magical like mysterious ways, and he just banged in 5 goals, and then I got one past him. But I think he was annoyed that I even got one past him. So
people don't know, Tom. You were a bit of a player, though, weren't you?
Yeah, well, when I was younger, I played for like Luton, Northampton, Stevenage. But nah, you know what? I played at Luton until I was 17, and then was gonna go to America and play, and then just didn't fancy it. And that's when like girls got involved, alcohol got involved, and that shift kind of happened. And like when like the boys used to get like when I was playing for Luton, the boys used to come from London who'd got released from like Arsenal or Tottenham or Palace, and then seeing the way they were playing, I was like, I am not good enough to be even here. So yeah, unfortunately, my football dad had to hang up the boots early.
How did you transition, Tom, from football into music?
Do you know how it was? It was basically, I was at a party, and it was the first time. It was just, my mum was like, should we go to America? And I was like, I don't know, I don't want to go. And it was the first time I ever drunk alcohol, because I was like proper, like, all my friends would be drinking alcohol at like 15, 16 and doing parties, and I wasn't on that at all. And then there was like a karaoke machine, and then I just jumped in the karaoke machine, and then all these girls flocked over, and I was like, this is what I want.
What are you playing in the car at the moment? You sat in the car.
What songs am I playing?
Music? Yeah, what you got right now?
Do you know, at the moment I'm listening to because I've just finished this second album, which was meant to be out last week, and now it's not coming out because obviously I don't want to put an album out and be like, hey, look at me, I've got an album out when there's a massive pandemic going on. So I'm listening to my own album. I'm kind of like going through it. I might change the order of it now, so I'm kind of like just listening to my own stuff.
Do you ever sit back and listen to your own songs and think, I need to redo that again, or are you happy with it when you?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of like listening to, like, when the song's finished, it kind of goes into like a mix and a master and stuff like that, and like 2 or 3 people will mix it. And say if like I went with one mix and I'm like, that's the one that's going on an album. Now I kind of want to go with the other mix, so I'm kind of like back and forth with my manager saying, is this the right mix? Does it sound right? Are the drums up enough? Is the vocal in front of that, the music enough, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's like it's good to like have this time to like think about it more. It's giving me time to do that.
Yeah. The song Found What I'm Looking For, which was actually a theme for Super Sunday, wasn't it? And also on FIFA 18. So you're on FIFA 18 and Super Sunday. Yeah, that's got to be the jackpot, mate. You got to write. You need to write another one of those, though, mate.
100%. I'm trying to, but nah, that was again. I forgot when I was in the pubs and stuff like that, drinking with my mates, watching football. You'd forget it was on, and then the song would come on, and like, yeah, it was a proud moment. And the fact that like I never did get my dream of becoming a footballer, the fact that my music is now kind of crossed over into the football world is even better for me. So I'm still buzzing about that.
How did United come into? I mean, I know you sort of got an Irish family.
Yeah.
Is that you haven't really got a choice maybe if you've got an Irish family?
No, it was. Do you know what it was? It was either Man United or Villa.
Oh right.
Yeah. So two of my cousins bought me a Man United baby girl and a Villa baby girl. My dad slapped me into the Man United baby girl. From there, I was just a United fan and have been ever since.
Yeah, Ben.
Who were your musical influences, Tom?
For what music I love listening to is like loads of Motown. I love listening to like soul music, gospel music. I love like basically old music. Love Stone Roses. I love Arctic Monkeys. When I was like when I was like crossing over into music, I listened to a lot of like indie kind of guitar music. So my first album, that kind of sound came out of me. But now like this second album, I really got into like I said, gospel music, and that kind of music, and that's the influences. So yeah.
What about current United then?
Well, current United, who my favourite player is?
Well, just what you think of. Obviously, things have stopped at the moment, but things were going okay, weren't they?
Yeah, I'm buzzing for it to get back. But I do agree with what Wes Brown was saying about like I do reckon there's going to be a lot of injuries, and I hope I'm buzzing that we've got the full team back. But I just hope we go into the games with a head screwed on to kind of win the games. You know what I mean? Because I know like with this time it's easy to like get lost in it all, and there's other things going on in people's lives and all that kind of stuff. So it's gonna. I think as human beings, it'll be hard to kind of like get straight back into it. But I'm buzzing for it, man. And and like we say, I'm so happy that everybody's like back and without injury and stuff.
Yeah, lads, do you think that could be a thing about playing every 3 days and trying to block out what's happening everywhere else in the world almost, and just trying to concentrate on the games? Is that going to be tricky for the lads, do you think?
I think the football pitch is probably the only place that you have that where you don't think you can just switch off from everything else that's going on and just play football. So the lead up might be, but once they're over the white line, people will just think about football for that small period of time.
Yeah. Well, we'll all find out pretty soon, won't we? Football is back in just a couple of weeks. Tom, before we go, you've got a single out, haven't you, as well? We must mention that. You have got a single out.
I've got a new single out. It's called Oh Please, and we shot the video in isolation. And yeah, I'm buzzing with it. It's definitely got all them influences of what I spoke about earlier. So yeah, I'm buzzing.
Was that weird shooting? Was that shooting a video like that? Was that weird shooting a video like that?
Yeah, it was really weird because usually like they have these big budgeted videos and this one was we just did it on 50 quid. Do you know what I mean? And but do you know what? It came out better than all these big budgeted videos. Like it feels gritty, it feels dirty, it feels real. Do you know what I mean? And to be honest, I didn't have to go anywhere. I shot it at my house, so it was good.
Are you gonna keep it that way?
I don't know, man. I do love a big budgeted video. Don't get me wrong. Good catering, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tom, how are you doing for your concerts and stuff? Totally scrapped.
Yeah, like that's all done. Like I was meant to be in Europe now, but everything's just delayed. Everything's just been paused. So, like and the thing is, that's where all like my income comes from as well. And I'm not, and so it's been like, I'm having to watch what I'm spending now and having to like fully like knuckle down in what I'm buying and what I'm doing, you know. But the time will come again where gigs will be on, and I think there's patience with everything, like with the football. Do you know what I mean? We've all had to be patient, and one day it will come back, and and one day we'll have live music again. And to be honest, I can't wait for it. And the thing is, because of the sun's been out as well, the festival smell has been around, but just no one's been able to obviously do anything. So, but it's been, yeah.
Well, if you need any money for your next dirty video, the lads will chip in a tenner each. And,
Yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah.
as long as we proceeds on, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Listen, Tom, thanks for joining us, mate. Best of luck with
Legends.
the single.
Thanks, man.
Lads, Tom,
Take
top
care.
man, all the
Everyone.
best, mate.
All the
Cheers,
best.
man. See you later.
See you later.
Tom Grennan, who joining us, and great to see him. Lads, that's just about it from us. Scholesy coming up. On Friday.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
So that is going to be some guest. MUTV at manunited.co.uk if you want to get in touch with us, and also another fantastic prize, raffle prize, has been put up by the Manchester United Foundation. Take a look at manunited.com or the official Manchester United app for more details. Thanks for your company today, lads. Let's do it one last time tomorrow. See you then. Bye-bye.